Everyone's scooching.
Oh.
Good morning. Day 51 here. And did you just pecker your peckers? He did. His nipples were hard and he must have noticed it, so he peckered his peckers.
He's proud this morning.
Oh my God. Anyway, the sun is on and off right now. Our tents are a little wet from sleeping in all that high wet grass, and it rained last night a little bit, I guess, or this morning.
Really early.
But see, the sun is on and off, so we should dry up. It does. It feels awesome because it's only like 51 degrees.
Yeah.
So it feels good. What does that say? Press the button. 52 degrees.
25.
50, 52. We're glad we're over that detour for sure.
Yeah, that was
We pretty much...
That was insane.
That was
Those rangers are insane.
stupid.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, you put the
stupid.
logs out, but you didn't fill in for the steps, and it's...
I'm sure you all saw the picture where I busted my butt.
Yeah, there's video of the whole entire detour, each section, as it changed over. It was 5.8 miles of probably the steepest climbs we've done throughout the AT.
Is the worst section.
And it's very slick because it's been raining on and off, and it's just a black, rich mud soil. Slick going up. I can't even imagine going down that, to be honest with you. I would have went down on my butt for the Sobos, but maybe it looks like they're going to fill in the steps, but
Maybe.
they're not filled in, so...
It's just like climbing a
Yeah.
steep and stepping over a bunch of logs.
Yeah, it was.
Ladder.
It's just silly. I don't know. Anyway,
It didn't make sense when they could have just given us a 5-foot either easement on the road or 5 foot above the road. Like why it had to go up and down. Like I don't know.
yeah.
Or at least switch
It was like
Or at
3
least
miles.
switchback it, or-
3 miles of it is service road going downhill, which was fine.
Yeah.
And then you just 2.8 of it is just hell.
Straight up
So,
on muddy.
but we
logs.
pushed ourselves. We made it. So we're happy we're through it.
18 miles.
Yeah, we did. So we're gonna try to do another 17
again.
to 18 today, just so we can make it to Damascus. We got about 100 miles left. We got 2 big peaks today, and then once we hit Rome Mountain, it should be free and clear of good terrain. So
Yeah, let's go.
yeah, we're just gonna move today and see how far we can go. So
We have 2 points.
yep.
But the furthest one is where we really want to get to.
So we're gonna show you. We'll show you trail as we go. We'll see y'all later. You'll see us later. We won't see you. It's so corny, but we have to. All right. Bye. So we do have some blowdowns here, but we have some pretty views. The sun is in and out of these rain clouds, but it's bouncing off all the mountains ahead of us. So it's real pretty to look at. Try not to look at the blowdowns. Try to look at the pretty mountains up there. It's real pretty. See, I'll zoom you in. See that? It's so pretty today. It's nice having a little sun out. Nice to have some sun out. And see all the different peaks. See all them peaks back there? So pretty. So, at least we got some views going on. Very pretty. So, at least we should be happy that the sun is in and out and not just completely gone. So it's only a 10% chance of rain in this area today. You just never know up here in the mountains. So anyway, all right, just wanted to show you the pretty views. Bye. All right, so we just went over Iron Mountain. And now we have to go down and make our way up Little Rock. So, one mountain done, and got a couple of mountains today actually. One of them is like 6,200 elevation, so it'll be another 1,000-foot climb on the one mountain today, but Little Rock's not that bad. But showing you some trail conditions, and I will turn this off until we start climbing Little Rock. Okay, we're starting to climb up Little Rock, and we're gonna stop at the shelter, which puts us about halfway up it, and have some lunch and grab some water. So trail is normal trail, the normal up, nothing crazy. But that's our plan. It's still gray out. It's a little chilly, but it's better to move chilly than it is sweaty. So we're hoping for some sun so we can dry up our tents for tonight, but I don't know. It's not looking very promising. It's been kind of gray. So we'll see what lunch brings. We should be coming up on the shelter in about a half a mile. We'll see you there. Okay, so the shelter that we were gonna stop at lunch at is down this trail. Looks a little more than 0.1, so I'm gonna wait for them and see if they really wanna go over to it or if we're eating on trail. We shall be seeing what we do for lunch. All right, lunch is over and we are gonna finish hiking up Little Rock. The shelter was cute. I forgot to take out my phone. I was so hungry. Our tents dried up a little bit, not because of sun, but because of the breeze. Got a little chilly out down there by the shelter, but we're gonna finish hiking up Little Rock, and we might get some views. There's broken clouds in the sky, so maybe get some views today. We'll see. But, I mean, you can see the sun's bouncing off when it does want to shine. It's just not shining on us. So a little chillier today. It's supposed to hit 60 around 4 o'clock, which is like the warmest temps for today, and calling for rain between 12 and 2 while we're sleeping. So we'll see. Just never know. All right, well, I'm gonna keep going up. Again, my breathing is not awful, so you can hear me talking today, but it's still an incline. And then after this, we have one big climb today, 6,200 feet. It'll be about 1,000-foot elevation, so we're trying to get up and over that Roan Mountain Road so we can hit an 18E tomorrow, so we'll see what happens. All right, be back in a few. So we're about 0.4 up Little Rock, and there's these little loop-de-doos of rock on and off. Cute little trail here going up. So you can see it gets narrow. You get into the trees. You go up and down the rock. You know I like rock, so I shall videotape whenever we see rocks. So, being the name Little Rock, I was hoping there would be rock, and there is. So, we'll see what's at the top. But for now, this is what the trail looks like. About 0.3 away from the top. Oop, I was aiming down, sorry. But about 0.3 from the top. All right, so we are up at the top, and we have some views. The clouds have lifted some, and you can see all the mountains. There's a road down there and a farm. So definitely some good views. So that's exciting. I'll get everybody's picture up here. Wasn't a bad climb at all. Little Rock was an okay climb. So I take some pictures now. All right, so that's it for Little Rock. We're gonna start heading down to Hughes Gap Road, and then we'll start climbing the about 1,000-foot elevation up to Roan Mountain Road, and up there is a old hotel site. So I'm not quite sure what it looks like. I just see it mentioned on Far Out. So that's a big climb. That's our biggest climb for the day. So, and our goal is to get up and over it. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, so we're heading down to Hughes Gap now. Everybody will check that water before we start climbing up. So if there's something pretty to see on the way down, I will get back on here and show you. So we are about 0.6 away from Hughes Gap. And there is a bunch of blowdowns again. It's just a bunch of blowdowns. So it's messy. I do know from Hughes Gap to, I don't remember the name, but it's like around mile 392 ahead, there is a burn ban because of the amount of blowdowns that are around. But they've definitely come through here and done some major maintenance work to cut these trees out. So I don't remember. I just know it's from Hughes Gap up to mile 392. I'll get the name later when we stop at the gap. But the burn ban is in effect for no campfires. And be cautious of your stove. Make sure your camp stoves don't tip over and light anything up. So, but anyway. Oh, and one of the shelters up at the top are too badly damaged and not in use. So we'll see what that looks like when we get up to the top. But anyway, just a little info as we're walking. Hello. So we're about 8.3 miles in. We're at the Hughes Gap Road. We're going to take a little break before we go up to the top of the next mountain. It's labeled Roan Mountain Road up there, and Cloudiness Hotel site of an old hotel or something. The fire burn that's in effect for us is between here and Dog Gap. So that's what I was talking about. But anyway, so you're gonna take a break. Anyone got anything to say?
Hi.
Hello.
That's it. All right, we'll see what the mountain has to bring us. We're about 8.3 in, so our goal is to definitely get up and over this one. So it's not on the list for tomorrow. We'll see you later. Okay, so we have a 4.5 mile climb after looking at the map to get to the top of where the old Cloudiness Hotel used to be back in the 1970s, I guess. And Roan Mountain Road. We came up with a plan to get up and over this mountain, and from Hughes Gap, since it's a 4.5 mile climb, I'm climbing, I'm breathing heavy. It'll be downhill from there with a couple of up and downs, of course, but nothing crazy. We're gonna stop at the Carver's Gap Road, which will make it another complete 6.6 miles up and over this mountain. And seems to be a big parking lot with some picnic tables, almost like a mini Newfound Gap. Looks like there might even be bathrooms there. I don't know if it's opened, but that wouldn't be a nice spot to have some dinner. And then we're gonna see if we can push on a little more from there and make it to a shelter for tonight. But we'll decide that while we're eating dinner. We plan on getting there by 5:30 to dinner, so if we eat, we should be able to push a little more. But we'll see. Tank fell. Well, he didn't fall. He was going over a rock, and he pulled something going over the rock, so we'll see how he feels when we get down to dinner and make a decision if we're just going to go into the wood line and sleep in our tents for the night or make it to the shelter. But we'll see. Right now, nothing to look like going up, just normal trail, hiking up the slow slope. Like I said, it's 4.5 miles up, so it's probably going to be a slow slope, but we'll see you at the top. It's hard to see behind the trees, but we have a real pretty view of the mountains and the sun shining up and down. So real pretty, and we're up there. We're pretty high right now. We probably got about another 2 miles up to go, but it's moving. Let's give you a look around. All right, onwards we go. Continue uphill. Well, it's getting a little steep and spacey over here. A lot of twists and turns and big steps up the rocks. So I'll show you more of the trail as we go up. So there should be a little point where we drop a little bit and then complete the last mile up. So, but I wanted to just show you the little rock climbs like that I just showed you that we've been dealing with up and down. All right. Good evening. End of day 51. 11.3 miles. And we set up camp.
Where are we at? Ash Gap.
Yeah.
Ash Gap.
Is it Ash Gap?
I think so.
Yeah, over there is Ash Gap.
Yeah.
Someone speak.
Someone speak. Horrible day. No power. Couldn't get moving. Couldn't breathe. Hope it's better tomorrow.
I think we're just tired from the 18 miles in that ass kicker reroute. See? Even the phone's tired.
Damn cameraman.
Even the phone's tired. I think we're just all tired from yesterday and our 18-mile freaking reroute. It was awful. But tomorrow's gonna be better. We're gonna bust out that mountain and get down to Highway 19E. It's gonna be a good day. But I'm cold. I get cold.
There it goes.
There it goes.
Bye-bye, camera.
Phone's tired too.
So then the new name is Tankless then.
Huh?
So the new trail name is Tankless.
No.
Because you're losing weight and you're dropping fuel.
Whatever.
Isn't that Tankless?
Nope.
That's what one of our viewers said to call you, was Tankless.
That'd be empty.
Well, isn't Tankless and empty the same thing?
No.
It's pretty much.
Tankless means you can't be full. Can't be empty. Because there is no tank.
That's your logic. Tankless means empty.
Okay.
That's my logic.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're calling it quits for the day. We will see you all in the morning.
Toodaloo.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.